Hey everyone, I'm Bryesha and you are now tuning into the Bryesha Adams Show. We have a special guest in the studio today. I have personally worked with this individual, so I can attest to the phenomenal work this team is contributing to the communities they serve. Our guest sits as the Director of Diversity and Community Engagement with over 20 years of experience. From tackling challenging projects, overcoming obstacles, and building the physical structures we all rely on, all while serving up impeccable style, professionalism, and grace. Here with us now from Ujamaa Construction, Marcus Evans!
Thank you for that introduction. That introduction was absolutely great.
Thank you.
But before we get started,
Okay, yes.
I feel very humbled and honored
What?
to be here today. I've looked at some of your previous guests now.
Oh my, did you?
Yeah, you've had Joyce Bryant on, podcaster, influencer.
Yes, well, the season just started, so yeah, we're getting more guests. But
And then what? Todd Tucker from Atlanta.
Yeah, he was here.
You know what?
Promoting his movie. Yes.
Yes. Look. These are all like people that's in social media and they're always on television. And then you have Marcus Evans from Ujamaa Construction here.
I couldn't
believe
pass
that.
up the opportunity. And especially when I got the email and you said, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, what? Okay. That is humbling. So I appreciate you for being here because I know you guys are busy over at Ujamaa.
Always. And we look forward to being busy because not being busy, that means things aren't going right.
There you go. That is very true. But how are you this morning? How are you doing?
I'm
How's
doing
everything?
great.
Life's good?
Life's good. And I'm liking everything that's happening right now with life. I'm getting into my zone right about now.
That's
I'm
kinda positive.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great right about now.
I love that. Okay. So I know we're going to jump into a little bit, of course, about the work that you do.
Yes.
But I want to start with, I guess, Ujamaa. For those who may not know, can you give us like a mini origin story of how it came to be? Because I know it was started in 2002 with Mr. Jimmy,
Yes.
the CEO.
Yes.
Amazing. The largest minority contractor and construction management firms in the Chicagoland area. So can you take us back? How did Ujamaa begin? And I know the name is Swahili for like community. I love that as
building.
well.
Yes.
So yeah, what's the little origin story?
Well, we started Jimmy Akatambi,
Yes.
president and owner and founder.
Yeah.
It was started about 23 years ago.
Yeah.
He is a visionary. 23 years ago, we have an office here located on 77th in Stony Island. And then also, we also have an office located in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's run by Todd Presley.
Okay, I haven't met Todd.
Yeah, well, one day you'll get a chance to meet him.
Okay.
You know what? He'll probably be here sometime in December for the Christmas party. So I'll make sure.
Oh, the holiday party?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make sure that you get an invite and you get a chance to meet him.
Fabulous.
And so, I've seen us go from 76 and Stewart in this small office. And
Small office? How many people?
Oh, it was probably about 5 of us in it.
5?
5 of us. Yes, 5. And it was located on 76 and Stewart.
Yes.
And I remember when somebody said, it's this company called Ujamaa Construction, and they're looking for a project manager. Okay. And I was like, on 76 and Stewart? This is when all the construction companies were basically like all in the downtown area.
Right. Yep.
And so I go to 76 and Stewart, and you see the building. The building's the old AT&T building, and there was this older guy that had this little dog. And so he took me up on the elevator.
Okay.
And the first thing I thought about, what construction company is located on 76 and Stewart? And so Jimmy and I ended interviewing with him. Okay. And so just because it was on 76 and Stewart, I was thinking I've been in the construction industry for about 5 years now. And, I can't believe this company's on 76 and Stewart. But, I end up interviewing. Okay. And I'm going to tell you one thing about the interview.
Yes,
the interview,
please.
I've never been in an interview ever like that in my life. And most times we just tell a story to private individuals. You meet somebody at a function and you'll tell a story. But now I guess I'm going to tell it on your show today.
Share.
So I'm in there and I'm saying, Marcus Evans is this, Marcus Evans is that, and Marcus Evans is this. And so Jimmy, he's just a strategist. So he, the interview was, we just talked about life. It wasn't really about construction. We just talked about life.
Really?
Yes.
Just casual conversation?
Yes. And so after we had our life conversation,
Yeah.
And me wanting to join the Ujamaa team,
Yes.
he goes into his office and gets a laptop.
Okay.
And he says, Marcus, do this schedule for me, any type of schedule, just schedule building the house. So I get the laptop and I have milestones going everywhere. I couldn't get the schedule to operate right for nothing in the world. It was and then he let me sit there for about 20 minutes.
And struggle and do it.
And struggle and do it. So he comes back, he looks at the laptop and says, you don't know as much as you think you know, Mr. Evans.
Oh, no.
And this is what I'm going to pay you. And I said, I'll take it. I'll be there on Monday. And we've been together ever since for about 20 years. So the company's been around for 23 years and we've been together for 20 years. And he's like a mentor.
Well,
he's like an older brother. He's like an older brother. He's really a visionary and strategist. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, apparently you did something right because he brought you on and you've been with him ever since.
Yes. You know, when you're involved in something that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always believed in the vision. You know, he had a vision. And sometimes you would get a little skeptical, but he had a vision and I believed in that vision. And now you see Ujamaa as one of the largest minority contractors in the Chicagoland area. We do approximately like $150 million a year. We have about 150 employees at any given time.
In Chicago or Atlanta?
In Chicago.
Just Chicago?
Just Chicago.
Wow.
I think our office in Atlanta, we might have like 20 to 30 employees there. So we're growing there. We're starting to do a lot of work in Atlanta. We're starting to do a lot of work in the Southeastern Corridor.
Okay.
So if we're saying we're the largest minority in the Chicagoland area, you know what our next ambition goal is to be the largest in the country. So and so guess what? Now. We're gonna follow that vision and we're gonna keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And one day we will be crowned as being one of the largest African American contractors in the country. And Jimmy Akatande is the architect.
Hey, come on now. I love this. That is amazing.
Yes.
From the vision and to see it all come into fruition. Yes. That is such a blessing. So you're the Director of Diversity and Community Engagement. Just out of curiosity, what does a typical day for you look like? Are you in the office? Are you remote? Or are you out at events?
All of the above.
All of the above?
No, but a typical day when you're doing diversity, especially in our space, it's not, you're not doing this on a whim. It's strategic. You're involved in the RFP process in regards to coming up with an actual diversity plan to make sure that our projects look like the community. That's the whole point of coming up with those plans.
I see. Okay.
And so dealing with the plans, and then once construction starts, now you have to deal with compliance. And so,
compliance, like city compliance?
City compliance.
Okay.
To make sure that you're meeting those numbers. But then we just don't stop there either. We have to, in order to get the compliance numbers, you have to do the outreaches. So, and it's really a part of our plan. There are really three pillars in our plan.
Okay.
And pillar one is social community. Pillar two is social contractor. Then you have Ujamaa. And so when you put all three of these together, all three of those pillars together, you're going to have success on a project. With us, if you think about social community, that's us dealing with the residents.
Right.
It's us dealing with the government officials. It's us dealing with the outreach agencies, the assist agencies. We have some assist agencies that we just have a great relationship, such as BICO, Black Contractors and Executives, Irma Holloway, which is the executive director, and Vanessa Rhodes, she's the president. They do amazing things. They allow us to have this pool of contractors that we can utilize at any given time in order to make sure our projects are successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm also dealing with like organizations such as Revolution Workshop, Hire 360, and CWIT, Chicago Women in Trades. So
Chicago Women in Trades? Okay.
Yes.
I love that.
So, we got to be diverse.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's what we build ourselves on. That's the pillar of our company. And then when you go with social contractor, you're dealing with, we're trying to make sure that we get as many MNWB participants as possible. So that's from the subcontractors,
Yes.
from the suppliers, and also the vendors.
Oh, wow.
So we're trying to,
on all levels.
Yes, on all levels. And then, like I said a little bit earlier, you have Ujamaa.
Yes.
It's our fabric. It's our culture. So it starts with Jimmy at the top. Then it goes to our vice presidents, project managers, and superintendents.
Oh my gosh.
So it's amazing when you're around the office.
Yeah.
And so I'm the diversity guy, right? But
Right.
I'm slowly listening to what everybody's talking about around the office. And they're like, well, we got to get our MBE percentage up here, and we have to get our WB percentage up here.
Yeah.
And so I'm hearing these conversations without me even being involved in that process. So once they come to me and show me the list of vendors and showing me how we're going to make these goals, it just makes my job a lot easier. And so but that comes from the actual culture of the company itself.
I can tell.
Yeah. And I get very passionate about it too.
I love that. Yes. I can tell you love the work you do.
Yes, I do.
You're phenomenal.
I do. And I guess I didn't go into that. I started off as a project manager.
Oh,
So
did you?
So it wasn't all. It always wasn't Mr. Diversity.
Okay, so you started off as a project manager.
Project manager, and loved that. And so about 7 years ago, Jimmy asked me to become the director of diversity. And so he started giving me the outline of what the responsibilities, what the responsibilities would be.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm doing that already. That's a part of construction, right? It's been a Ujamaa and being a director. It's been a very great ride, and that ride is going to continue until we get to the pinnacle, until we get to the top.
I love that. Which did you like more, the project manager role or the role you have now as director of diversity? Or I know you said they're both fairly similar.
Yeah, well, they're similar in regards to, when I first was asked, it was like, how do I pay for myself? This director, you're like, this director of diversity, like, I don't see a line item. I don't see a line item for that. They're at me like, oh my God, what's happening here? But no, it's two separate positions because you're out dealing with the contractors,
right?
You're trying to get budgets and managing the projects, trying to close projects out, and our process in regards to DEI within the organization, it's a continual outreach of dealing with organizations and dealing with residents, and so it's different from that standpoint. And going to the events,
that's right.
Look, everybody be like, "Oh, you just went to that event. You went to this event." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." I go to a lot of events.
You do. Yeah. I seen you guys at the Urban League Gala when we went before.
Yes.
You guys are all over. I love that.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so how do you guys decide what projects to take on? Like, I know you guys probably get a lot of bids or proposals. How do you know what to say yes to, or, yes, we would love to build this, or maybe not at this time. This isn't aligned with what we've got going on right now.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to the owners that we deal with. And we do a lot. So we don't do a lot of work where it's the lowest and most responsible bidder. We pride ourselves on being a contractor that's called back on many occasions. So we basically go through like the GMP process where everything's like negotiated.
Okay.
So you have a contractor, you're interested in building the building.
Correct, yes.
And we sit down, our pre-construction team and our estimating team, they sit down and they go back and forth in regards when the drawings come out, they come up with a set of numbers, and another set of drawings, they come back with another set of numbers until finally we reach the budget.
Okay.
So most of the times that we're gonna be asked, and we pride ourselves on that.
Yes.
And because if you're asked, that means you must be doing something right.
Very true.
If you're asked to come back and do another project, I know you've done something right.
Oh, absolutely. If we do another project, we know who we coming to.
Well, hey, you know what? Look, and that's the way it was over at Little Angels. It wasn't so and talking with your mom.
Yes.
Love her to death. And so I remember when she first came to us, and And I'm not gonna name the contractor. She was dealing with another contractor.
Correct.
And
I remember.
It didn't go.
It didn't pan out.
It didn't pan out.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is in this industry. And so she came when she came to us. And I don't remember if it was Jimmy or did I talk to her directly. I can't really remember, but I do remember this. I do remember talking to her saying, "I'm gonna get this going. I'm gonna get this going." And so me still being the director of diversity, the construction team's like, make sure you keep Marcus out of this. And so when we're going through the numbers, I'm like coming in, like, can we white box it at the second floor? We want to get all these babies into this building.
I know, right?
But that particular project there, it's very memorable. It's a very memorable project in regards to, you go through those adversities in the beginning.
Yes.
Like none of this. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
That is so true. Yes.
So
it's a process.
It's a process, and there are going to be some obstacles that are going to come, and so you have to overcome those obstacles one obstacle at a time. Once you do that, you're gonna end up getting to the promised land. You're gonna end up getting that budget that's there, and then we can turn around and hand it off to the construction team and watch them do this fabulous job and build this wonderful building at the end.
You guys are fantastic. That's all I can say. Fantastic. Because, of course, this was all new to us. So we were just asking, hey, can you guys explain this to us in simpler terms? Act like we're kids. We don't know. And you guys are just phenomenal. Yeah. Just the patience, the job. You guys are, I just hold you guys to a high regard.
We
overall.
appreciate that. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about a little bit the Obama Presidential Center.
Okay.
I did one of the walking tours in October.
Okay.
Beautiful. I was upset they wouldn't let us on the actual property. Right. But I guess, they're still under construction.
Right.
So we were across the street. Right. Safety. I'm like, I want to get in there. But we were across the street doing the walking tour, and it's huge. They told us, what's to come, everything that's going to be on the property and land. And from my understanding, that build out is a joint venture of, I guess, collective construction companies, with Ujamaa being one of them.
Yes.
So what can you tell us a little bit about that project and that experience being involved? Like, did they reach out to you, or did you guys have to pitch to them?
I think it's a combination of all of it.
Okay.
The assemblance of the overall team itself, where you have this minority led group.
Yes.
And you have Turner Construction, which is the majority company.
Okay.
But, when you look at we base our success off of the project being completed.
Right.
And we're close.
You're right. I think
spring of 26.
Okay.
Spring of 26.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep pushing spring of 26. But if you look at the overall M&WB numbers and Pam over at Turner, she's led that process.
Oh, really?
Over there. Yes. It's just been an amazing job when you just think of it from a holistic standpoint. When you think about the budget number and you think about the amount of contractors and the amount of quality control that has to go in and us getting all these M&WB contractors involved, that's a process in itself. And for us to be where we're at right now today, where you're taking a tour, even though it's from across the street.
Right.
Don't too many people.
But still, hey, it's something.
But one day we'll all be able to get there. Look, I don't get the opportunity to get over there too much myself. Yes, because it's a construction site. It's a construction site, and it's in construction. It's always safety first.
Always. That's true.
So the actual site visits had to be limited.
Okay.
But if you look at that overall project and Ujamaa, we're so proud to be a part of that.
I know.
We're talking about Barack Obama.
I know. When I saw Ujamaa name, I was like, okay.
We're talking about his presidential center. It's going to be a safe haven for. It's going to have a library and museum and
I think it's like a garden as well, a playground for kids.
Yes, it's
basketball court, like a gymnasium.
I think it's gonna that whole area. It's gonna just bring it this national attention.
Yes.
It's gonna be like this mecca where everybody's gonna be able to come back to and say, like, yeah, I visited over at the Obama Presidential Center. Yeah. I'm hoping when spring comes and they do this large grand opening, I'm hoping I can get into the room. I'm hoping now. So I'm just
you should. I mean, come on now.
I'm putting it out. I'm putting that out there for Miss Akatande. I'm putting it out for Miss Akatande to make it happen.
Okay, we gotta make sure he listens to this.
And then look, then you got to come right behind. I'm gonna get my ticket first, then we get Charlie.
Right, then get that too. Right, so I can get in with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's fantastic. I love that. Are there any other prominent projects that you guys have done that people may not know you were involved in?
We have we've got another nice one, and we just completed it in the last month. We're going through closeout now.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've driven past it, but Northwestern Hospital on 40th and Cottage Grove.
In Bronzeville.
Yes.
The outpatient center.
Yes.
I have seen that.
Yes. When you drive, so when I'm driving, so I go to the gym on 35th.
Okay.
And so
I heard they just redid that gym too.
Oh, it's nice.
It's nice?
It's nice. It's
Okay,
nice.
I gotta come.
And guess what?
What?
We built that.
Stop it. You built that too?
Yes. We didn't do the interior renovation, but we built everything that was in that corridor.
Right. Okay.
And so when you drive down Cottage Grove and you're able to see that facility, you say, wow, that is simply amazing.
It is. I've driven past, yes.
Yes. So and you know, we a lot of our projects they happen on the south and west sides of Chicago.
Okay.
So
yes.
you know,
that's where we need it.
Yeah.
We need the infrastructure. It's a lot of vacant land in parts of those areas, so we need the buildings.
Yeah. So it's so a lot of if you're driving down the street, you're probably going to see a Ujamaa logo somewhere on it. And I'm not trying to brag, but guess
this
what?
is the time to do it.
But guess what? That shows you our commitment to this industry and us striving to be great.
Absolutely.
You know, we almost look at us as like a sports franchise. You know, everybody's always shooting to win the Super Bowl or win the World Series. We're always shooting to be number one. You know, you never shooting to be number one. You never can take your foot off the pedal.
Come on now.
So
yes, that is true. I mean, it's a journey, but the reward is That's what we do it for, the reward.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I also want to mention that you sit on the board of CAGC,
yes,
which is Chicagoland Association of General Contractors, for those who don't know.
Yes.
And that is composed of members whose projects collectively range or average more than $12 billion annually with a B?
Yes, B.
And while employing over 10,000 individuals.
Yes.
So I guess it's safe to say it's a lot of money to be made in construction.
Yes, it is. And
I need to change my profession at this point.
Come on over.
12 billion?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
So if, people are watching and they may want to find out like how they can get involved in construction or maybe even join the Ujamaa team.
Right.
Do you guys offer any internships or programming to welcome those who may want to learn or be in the business? Because I know even with our project, when that was in the process of being built, we had a lot of foot traffic and there were people stopping by asking or looking for work. And I'm like, well, that's out of our hands.
Right.
You can't just people off the street. But how can people get involved if they looking to? So,
and I get that question a lot.
Okay.
And sometimes I get a lot of walk-ins, and normally I'm like grumpy. Like, who came to the office? Who's down here in the office? And I'm going to complain all the way till I get downstairs. And once I get downstairs, and an individual that's really interested in getting into the industry, I try to give them that pathway. Okay. And so you heard me talk about it a few seconds ago. I always point them, especially if they don't have any construction experience, I always point them into the direction of Revolution Workshop.
Okay.
Hire 360. You like Manny and Jackie over at RW. They're doing some amazing work in regards to creating this pipeline.
Okay.
So it's about this pipeline that we're creating for individuals that want to get into this industry. So we send them over to RW, like I just stated, Hire 360 with Jay Rao, and also C with Jane. And so all of these organizations give them the initial structure they need in order to be in this industry. And I always look at it from a standpoint of they're not exactly looking for you to be able to swing a hammer and nails and all that good stuff.
Right.
You can learn that when you get into the union. Okay. I think if you're a hardworking person, and I think that it's all the soft skill stuff. being on time.
I was gonna say what are soft skills?
Being on time.
Yeah, that's a big one. You guys hear that? On time. Early is on time. On time is late. That's what a mentor used to tell me back in the day.
Yes. Being on time. As far as being able to work in a group.
Okay.
You know, being able to look, we all go through issues and problems. Being able to take those issues and problems and being able to sit them to the side in order to do your work. And so once you find an individual that has those soft skills, and then the training that they receive at some of these organizations, then they not only do they have an opportunity to possibly work for Ujamaa, but it puts them in this arena with some of the largest contractors that's in the city of Chicago that have partnerships with them. Because we consider these agencies to be our partners. And just to tell all my assist agencies out there now, I just sent out a letter yesterday, you guys, to re-up your partnership.
Make sure they get on that.
So make sure I get my letter by next week. But you know, partnerships like that.
Creating that pipeline.
Yes. Construction, I always see construction as it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, but it's that one person at a time.
Yeah.
It's that one opportunity time that you give an individual, and what you see it that they have that glow in their eye, and you know they want it.
Yes.
And it was just a guy the other day that we hired, and he came from Illinois Works, and so he had been talking to me for a couple of years about getting the job.
Years?
Yes,
wow.
years.
Okay.
And so he didn't have any experience, and I kept saying, well, it's going to come. I said, I know you're persistent. It's going to come.
That's what it's about.
It's going to come.
Yes.
And we hired him a few months ago. And so I remember, and I didn't even know, I set the interview up. And I didn't even know we had done the official hire. So I come in on a Monday morning, I'm walking in and I see him. I said, oh, he's hired. And he's from the Inglewood community too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I looked him in his eyes. He was taller than me. I looked in his eyes and I said, don't let yourself down. Don't let me down. Do it for your family. Do it for the people in the community that's watching you. And if you could have seen his face, and you could have seen his chest went out, and he said, I'm going to do it.
I love that. Yes, that sense of pride.
Yeah. So those are like that's like one of the feel-good stories that I get an opportunity to be a part of a lot. So we always, I can like come up with another 5 like stories. Like we've taken individuals that wanted to be actually a carpenter. And but now they're in a trailer, in an office trailer on site, being an assistant project manager.
Wow.
And so because the visionary himself, Jimmy Akatani, he saw it. I was like, he wants to be a carpenter, Jimmy. He said, no, I see more than that, Marcus. And so, and he called it, and he was on the Northwestern project.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give him a little shout out, Montreal Hurt.
All right. Hey now.
And he came from, he just came from, he wasn't part of any organization. I remember promising him, he came off the street and I said, if you go over to RW and you finish there and you finish top of the class, I'm going to hire you. So I tell him that story, and I go for the mock interview day. I forget all about Mr. Hurt. I go for the mock interview. I'm walking around. I'm trying to get old-fashioned donuts. They had that at the mock interview day. I'm trying to eat these. So I'm at the table eating old-fashioned donuts. I got my back turned from the audience.
Yes.
And Montreal Hurt gets onto the microphone and says, I'm glad to see Marcus Evans here today because I'm just finishing the Revolution Workshop cohort, and I'll be looking for my job. And I turned around and said, oh my God, I got to get him a job, Jimmy.
Right, exactly.
I got this guy, and he came in.
You said it.
And that's when Jimmy did his evaluation, and he in his first project. Now I've never been on a project that large, and think about it, I've got all these years of experience.
Yeah.
He went to a project that's approximately like $130 million, which is the NM Bronzeville project, and he didn't just like survive in that trailer. He was an intricate piece in that trailer.
Wow.
And it just makes me so proud. And now that job is now ended. And now he's moved on to another project. So
he's just excelling.
He's just excelling. So, we could be here like for another 6 hours, me talking about the success stories and how Ujamaa gives back to the community,
Yes.
how we provide those opportunities. And that's, and like I said a little bit earlier, that's a part of our culture. And, and the reason why it's a part of our culture is because of Mr. Akatonde.
Oh man, we got to get him on the show next too.
Oh, but I'll make sure.
Eventually.
When I get back to the office, I'll make sure I tell him. Oh, you got to go to the show, but you got to follow me up now.
Exactly, right. Tell back to follow.
It's been Joyce, it's been Todd, now it's myself. Now you got to
Y'all
come.
got the wonderful Marcus. I love this.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want this conversation to end. You have given us a wealth of knowledge. But I always end with asking all my guests if you can share any words of wisdom, advice, or knowledge, or just things you wish somebody may have told you.
Right.
What would it be? It can pertain to anything. Just sharing some wisdom and knowledge or advice.
Okay. Well, I'm giving you two.
Bring it on. Yes.
Bring two. I just want to give you two.
Okay.
When I'm talking with students or individuals that are part of a cohort, or if I'm talking to individuals that are now out of work in the community, I always tell them that make sure you take a mirror and put it up to yourself. That's how you're going to end up accomplishing all your goals. Take a mirror.
What does that do? Self-accountability?
It's accountability.
And that's tough for some people.
And I probably do it too much to myself. I put the mirror up and I said, well, Marcus, you need to do this. You need to do, because we ever evolve. As people, we're ever evolving. And so we have to be, in order for us to keep evolving, we have to put that mirror to ourselves and be critical on what we're doing on a daily basis. Not just at work,
right,
but at home.
Personal life.
In our personal life. You have to put that mirror to yourself in order for you to become a better person. And my second one is, there's a pastor that comes on social media all the time, and he says it all the time. When God talks to us, we love to hear when he tells us to go forward. Sometimes that's difficult. You encounter situations that just seem so
heavy,
bleak.
yeah.
And there's no way in the world I could cross this finish line. But you got to listen to God saying, go forward. You don't have an option to turn around. You don't get an option to quit. You don't get an option to say, I can't do it. You have to listen to what your Father's saying. Go forward. Keep moving forward. And if you do that, you're going to accomplish those goals. And I tell myself, and that's something else, like when I'm talking to the cohorts and I'm talking to people in the community, those same words of advice,
yes.
I tell it to myself. I wake up every morning at 5 o'clock and probably say the same thing to myself, like before I get ready to talk.
These affirmations to yourself.
Yes. And so it just becomes, when I'm talking, and that's why I become so passionate about it. It's like I'm not talking to a person that I don't know. It seems like every person I encounter, it's like I know them, and they could be my son. They could be my brother. Yeah. They could be my uncle. They could be someone just in the community I know. Yes. And so I see myself in them when I'm out talking and I'm doing these outreaches to make sure I give a bit of myself to them. Yes. And I hope I inspire them to keep moving forward.
Woo! Well said. Thank you for that. So I'm going to take that self-accountability, putting the mirror to myself, and to move forward. Yes. We don't have an option.
Yes, there
is no other option.
Yes, when our Father tells us to go forward, yes, you keep moving forward.
I received that.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Evans, for being here. You have been phenomenal. I'm still digesting all this wealth of information you just laid on me. But this was amazing, and I appreciate you again for stopping by.
Well, I appreciate you. And like I said, I'm in a company of great ones. And I said, oh, am I really going to be on the show?
Thank you so much. No. And of course, you guys, thank you as well. Make sure you guys follow, like, and subscribe. And until next time, love you, bye.